Oh, there's the battleship. Ah, interesting. Have I got the raid card on? Yeah, I've got Total War. Perfect. Actually, I'm just realizing that I really should be stealing this industrial zone because that is big points for me there. 2 turns off advanced flight, that just saved me. It's Korea. I was very much expecting Korea to be doing a little bit better in this game than they are. Normally, they're very good for pressed space empires, but nope. Minus 130. Oh, I love it when you just meet someone and it's like, we don't like you. Can I get advanced flight? I certainly can. Okay, I've got to find someone with aluminium now. I can sell Brazil a book for 24 of the stuff. Oh, perfect. That's great. Okay, well, in that case, this city here just so happens to have just built a space for me to get some bombers. And I've got the P-51 Mustang. Oh, do I treat myself to a Mustang to start with? No, I think we'll go bomber, but like, that's good that we've got the option. And as discussed before, advanced ballistics time next. Oh, you know what? I was going to let England get away with this city, but I've just seen it's got oil. It's got oil, everyone. And you know how we feel about oil. The city of Portsmouth. I think we can get there pretty quickly. I don't trust skipping my artillery across the sea, so we'll take the long road, but I don't think it'll take long. We've got logistics, we've got a supply convoy, all the things that we would need. In the meantime, I reckon Aberdeen will fall quite nicely to me as well. That unifies that particular portion and sends Norway to Valhalla. Actually, pillaging gold from the mines of the Aztecs over in this direction is going to be really handy now because suddenly bombers are very cheap and very affordable. And I want as many of them as I can get my little paws on. I love how England just casually has Werner von Braun, the engineer, the double production speed on science project engineer, just hanging out in their tundra of the north. Oh, don't you love it? That's actually kind of annoying, the fact that they've gone, because that means that we can't get them, and that means that we're not going to be able to use that boost to catch up with India. That is very bad news. Very bad news indeed, but it's okay. We should be able to compensate for it if we can just sort of get some momentum. Oh goody, Pantheon thing's back. Ugh. Thought we got rid of that. I'm sorry, what's going on here, Japan? Why are you sending random ironclad armadas to my Antarctic holdings? Nowhere near you. Politely, you can go away. Actually saying that, a lot of people can go away. I've got peace offerings with a lot of people now. God, this is such a scrappy war I've got with the Aztec. I've managed to reduce their military strength from about 1,500 to about 600. So we've more than halved it, but this war is brutal. Kind of just holding that line as I attack on the Cree side. So I've got a nice artillery firing over at this city, which is kind of like the breakthrough city I need to take. I've got a couple of artillery to the north that are going to attack this one as well. There is a bit of an encampment here that I think I should take with this city. In fact, I've got a bomber that's just been bombing Aztec cities, but I'm just going to focus on getting the Cree down. Sometimes with these big fights, you take on too many people at the same time, and that can be the worst of it. There we go, look, one attack on Portsmouth, and I pillaged with the artillery rather than attacking. I don't know why I did that. That was really silly. Oh, never mind, I've got inventory. I'll capture it next turn. But, okay, peace. We can get rid of some war weariness if people want peace. I mean, Gorgo doesn't. There's a chance that a lot of people won't because there is a military emergency going on at the moment. Oh, yeah, Portugal. Portugal's up for it. No, no one wants peace. It's fine. People will work it out in a second and they'll go, oh, peace. Sorry, you meant peace. And we'll sort of look at each other and go, yeah, what did you think I meant? Another Antarctic city. Look at that. Philadelphia in the middle of the ocean. Is it useful in any way? No. But I built it anyway. Well, I'd heard of ballistics, but advanced ballistics, you say? Wow, there you go. This is actually genuinely really good for the main reason that I can go to a city. I still don't think I've got encampment in this one, do I? No. So let's just pray in a machine gun army, 102 range strength. And now, my city attacks. Oh, spicy. Look at that. Bam. Well, now that I've got advanced ballistics, there's one thing I really need to rush. If there's any chance of me catching up with India, and I really don't think there is, I've got to do something that would stop them in their tracks, aka nuclear fission. We'll find the uranium, we'll find wherever the Manhattan Project is living, and we'll go from there. Then we'll go rocketry, we'll go nuclear fission, then telecommunications to get nuclear submarines, and then rocketry. It's a very precise combination, but it's one that hopefully will work. Alright, attempt 2, Portsmouth. Let's take it. Let's hopefully get ourselves into a place now where we can make peace with Eleanor of Aquitaine. Oh no, apparently she lost her city in Europe as well, so that's her out. Fine. Scotland, I believe, owns Greenland, but I really don't want to fight Scotland, so we're going to move in the other direction now. Oh, Is that a Dutch-owned United Kingdom, I see, and a Dutch-owned France? Wow. Oh yeah, having machine gun armies as defensive battle strength on my city attacks, that is making a, large chunk of difference here. Bomb attack, followed by artillery strike. That leaves me available to get the cavalry in, take the 7 population city, and that is one of the sources of aluminium that have just been transferred over, but even better, because I put steel walls up immediately, I can use the city strikes to attack. That is brilliant. I'm going to treat myself to an observation balloon in this city, and then just shuffle this unit forward a smidge, because then I can get this artillery in. I can strike once and then twice with my reserve army. Look at that. We're still doing our best to pillage everything though. 260. Yeah, each science pillage I get is an absolute full turn of science. It's brilliant. Cree want peace. They're going to give me coal, but unfortunately for you, Cree, we're not really having a fair war. I am very much pushing you over. Because of that, I think momentum is on my side and I'm just going to continue. I've just seen there is coal. It's good. There's at least a few sources of coal. I've just run out of it. Coal and aluminium, both of which Cree have. So we're never really going to have a long-lived peace, really. Speaking of, this city is the second source of aluminium that we've picked up from them. There was a time I had about 7 million builders spare, but I've actually used them all. That's the weirdest thing that's happened to this game, Eric. Everyone up, get me the aluminium as quickly as you can. Tio taken. It's the first Aztec city we've taken in some time, actually. That's a really good advance. Pushing towards the west coast, hitting about the sort of central belt of America now. I know, Aztecs have picked up steel walls, but no, I've got the Eurostar building that time. Oh, who knows? I have no idea what's causing it to sometimes work and sometimes not. We'll just have to accept that it's totally random. Aztec really want peace now. That's got to be a good sign. Yeah, look, their army's down to 500 strength. They have run out of troops to kind of throw into the meat grinder, which is good. Next target is the 6 population city that holds the mountain pass. Once I get past this pass with Texcoco, Teotihuacan? Oh, Aztec names are so difficult to say. If I can take these 2, I think I'm in on the Mexican heartland at that point, and then I've got pretty much uninterrupted access to Central and Western America, so we're hoping. Portugal, of all of the people, is massively holding the side up. They are throwing huge amounts of army at me. I mean, admittedly, it's pointless. I'm killing all the army, but you've got to give them credit for what they're trying. Oh, thank goodness, though. My own aluminium. I was just about to run out. I've been having to buy it from people, and it's very expensive to buy aluminium when most of the world hates you. It's not a good economic environment to find yourself in. With these 2 artillery strikes, though, I believe that is the Cree capital taken. That's going to open up their lands massively. Look at that. And suddenly, access to coal. I've been run out of coal for ages. I've had to ground my battleship inside my city, unable to heal. Been pretty embarrassing, but coal is good. I did also start building railroads, but I had to stop, because not only have I got very little iron, I've also just got 0 coal, but now I have coal. Coal is here, finally. Am I really using settlers as forward scouts? Yes, I absolutely am, and I'm not really that sorry about it either. I mean, Cree is buckled now. We're behind their lines. I can take pretty much 2 cities a turn with my bombers. Seoul is there. That used to be a Korean city of all places, but yep, no, we're just going to keep pushing in now. Or Japanese samurai being disintegrated by American machine gun. What sort of timeline is this? Oh, I love it when my Dutch do this. They've poldered all of the English Channel. That's amazing. India's on Mars, and somebody else is going to space. I think India are going to launch the last project very soon. Time is very limited. Can I break through here briefly? I can get through there if I take the settler, which means I can then move to there. Get a field cannon in to do a little bit of damage, and there's got to be another field cannon somewhere that I could get in range. Oh yeah, perfect. And then attack like so. City's mine, 3 population, taken. Oh, not loyal. Unbelievable. Right, Victor, you better get in and help me with this one. Second source of aluminium, by the way. That's awesome of it. You go get the coal. You sort the aluminium out. I need that coal rapidly. Oh, this city has iron. That's a good sign. I like iron. I haven't had access to a good source of iron in a long time. Okay, right, I need to focus on moving my artillery sensibly now, but keep moving them out of sync. There we go. Lots of observation balloons in as well. 1 strike with artillery. 2 strikes with artillery. 3 strikes with artillery. And now, how many bombers have I got in range? This is only the 1. Unfortunately, oh, that city's behind a mountain pass. That might be quite tricky to get to. Looks like it's going to be next turn. The city's a bit strong for me this turn, but that's okay. Not a problem. My artillery are moving forward. I've got a huge army to the north. One machine gun attack. Oh god, these machine gun armies can really do damage to cities. Really powerful. And can I get the field cannon in to attack as well? I can. That's brilliant. Infantry attack, infantry army attack. Another city has been taken. Look at that. Pushing through now. You know what? I'm going to treat myself to a tank army. That is 102 strength. Actually, nowhere near. It's actually the same toughness as my infantry. I love how even in all of this war, this horrible war, the Netherlands just love me. They absolutely love me. They love the fact they're the same government. They love the fact that I'm an ally. They love the fact that I keep trading with them. Very comfortable allies, actually. Maybe I should try and give them as many cities on Europe as I can. Oh, let's see what emergencies we've got now. Military emergency for Ottawa. Ottawa? Who cares about Ottawa? Come on. Where even is it? Oh, I renamed it, didn't I? Harsh. I'm hoping it doesn't go through. Anybody that is already at war with me has already kind of pieced out that would be a bit flaky about this sort of thing. Yeah, look at that. Portugal really doesn't want it. Portugal, you're at war with me already. What's going on there? Oh, Mali wanted in, did they? All right, I'll remember that, Mali. Okay, uranium. Uranium is a really important one. It says I've got 6 coming in per turn already. Brilliant. That's under a mine. I love when that happens. There's under a holy site. Brilliant. That's just in Canadian territory. I was going to leave alone. Look at that. It's a great thing I didn't leave that alone. Perfect. Tons of uranium. Okay, right. We're going to have absolute fun with the Manhattan Project, which is really good because I'm just watching India, literally fly away. One more Cree city. That's a 9 population city, which is a good chunk to take away from them. And again, we've hit the mountain range now. I reckon we can just nip and take these northern cities. Like, honestly, this sort of Canadian wilderness to the north of me, very resource heavy. Definitely worth me picking it up as I go along. I don't want to leave any of it alone. Another artillery strike. I just need probably one more. Oh, there's another city entirely. We'll ignore that for now. Let's just quickly strike there, get my pike and shot army to waltz in, and bam. Another one taken. Oh, by the way, I got Warlord's Throne. Did I mention that? I think I mentioned that at the time. The good thing about Portugal's attack is they're trying to get to the emergency city, which is this city, and what I think is Illinois. Probably not Illinois, but as they're doing it, they're just moving their troops in blindly across my land, and I can just pick them off one by one. And we're pillaging again. Thank you so much for making the... Yeah, they just keep fixing things for me. It's very kind. Oh, there's a battleship in this city. Now, that is a slight problem, because the bombers are going to take a bit of damage if they attack. I'm going to do it anyway. I often leave promotions on bombers in order to just get quick health, just literally to promote them and get the health back as I'm attacking. So that's kind of why I leave the bomber promotions. Like, I just don't think the bomber promotions are very good. None of them really give you more combat power to bomb, which is the sort of main thing you'd want them to do. So, oh, look at that. Urban warfare, 112 strength infantry attack on a city. That is powerful. Arabia. I'm sorry, what are you doing in the middle of Europe? My alliance with Amsterdam has expired. I'm going to get that back up immediately. What a great alliance that was. And yeah, military alliance was good for me as well. I don't need the extra faith. What I'm envisioning is that once I've conquered the American continent, the North American continent, which I'm not a huge amount away from, to be fair, I'm going to peace out with the world and I'm going to go democratic, and we're going to become democratic America. So we've done our horrible civil war. We've expanded. We've manifest destinied all over the place. And then we're going to go democratic and just be like, what does everyone mean? Nothing bad happened here. This city has an absolute annoying battleship in it, so I am using my artillery to fire over. Sort of the thing. My artillery, very much helpful on the cities that have air defense, but it doesn't stop me. Just causes me to attack with something different. Oh, more oil. Oh, it's perfect. Exactly what we needed. Oh, is that the sea? It is the sea. We see it. From sea to shining sea. Wrong. We've sort of taken over the mantle of Canada. Whether they wanted me to or not is another thing. I got 2 new artillery armies because I just had so much excess oil. I was like, I might as well use it. Plus, we've still got a little bit more of the World Congress that allows me to buy things for half the cost. So I might as well. Observation balloon, there you go. And attack again, and attack again. This city's very tough, but once it goes, absolutely just gonna go. There you go. Can the infantry take the city? Oh, you bet it can. Look at that. Hey, we've reached the coast. we have reached the coast. I've kind of gone a little far into Mexico here, so I don't need to go any further south. Aztec, if you could, you can keep your capital, but only if you give me everything else. Sound like a deal? I will take your pained silence as a yes. I do not know what they've got loaded in them, but I tell you what, these Japanese city centers are doing a lot of damage at just a 50 damage to a Curacao army. I know it's not the most high-tech of units, but that's a big attack. Yeah, no, that's machine gun. You know what it is? I think they've got machine gun armies, haven't they? It's fine, it's what I've got. Nuclear fission and globalization. Okay, we can start changing my government round a little bit now. Force modernization is still quite handy, but I'm buying units more than anything else. I'm going to get rid of that. Total war is good, propaganda's good, martial law is good, logistics good. Everything is pretty good, so I don't really have a huge amount to play with here. I am going to just pop in quickly e-commerce. No, actually 5-year plan first, and then I'm going to pop in Wisselbanken. What I'm doing is as I'm taking over cities, I'm unlocking more and more trade routes, 14 of them at the moment, and I'm just pushing my trade routes through to get really, really productive cities. Once this city in Texas has got the stadium, we'll get the Manhattan project, get that done as quickly as we can. We're now off to get electricity, computers, telecommunications for nuclear submarines, and hopefully by the time I've got nuclear submarines, I should have nukes, and we can go and 156 strength cities. Oh my lord. Yep, India needs stopping. They have every tech. I have a feeling they've got every tech now. 73. Oh, they're very close. Look how high they are. I'm in third with 53. Ramesses has got 54. India's got 73. That is a nonsense amount of science. Oh, yeah. Can I do it? Can I get through and take the coastal city? Yes. I'm on the Pacific, everyone. We made it. Oh, that's looking good. That feels good as well. How many cities is Cree got? Probably 3 now, I reckon. So we'll keep pushing in, but this is suddenly I feel like we've done well. Do I just skip democracy and go for a better government? That's the question I've got at the moment. I could go synthetic technocracy. I could go digital democracy. That would reduce my immunities quite a lot. Let's go for conservation briefly. I feel like I need to conserve the world that I am frying, you know? It can still be done. Hey, we're finally starting to get peace with people now. That's Portugal. That's brilliant because they had a lot of navy and they've got luxuries that I can buy from them. You know what I mean. Another city here that I'm hoping we should be able to take over just with artillery without having to get our air force involved if we're lucky. Depends on how much of the city damage I can do. No, not quite. Okay, right, we've got probably a single bomber that we could use. This one's going to take a bit of damage, but it'll get the job done, and there we go. The infantry takes this coastal road. Good stuff. I'm almost done. Almost done with the unification. Here is another city, just pushing now towards, I saw Yosemite. There it is, over there. Ha! Liberate to Korea, I think not. Who would do such a thing? 12 population city in the desert here. That's really fairly impressive. It's almost a shame I have to destroy it, but destroy it I must. Well, I say destroy it. I say unify it into my empire. That is, what is it called? Like Baja, California? This little stretch. It's not really part of the United States of America, is it? So I might let that one go. So because of that, I think, yeah, they're pretty much out of the game. I might consider taking peace with them now. As tempting as it would be to take their capital out, I mean, they've got a lot of grievances with me, but I would give grievances to the whole world if I took them out. It's just, I kind of want to move on to the next phase of my game as quickly as possible, so you know what, yeah, I'm going to make peace with them. Have peace, live long and prosper. 97 gold per turn. You know what, reparations such as that would be very agreeable. Oh, I'm enjoying this now. I am enjoying this. Starting to set up a lot of trade routes. 8 turns for Manhattan project. I feel like I need it quick up. Oh my word, the world has just entered the atomic era. All of that game time represented one era in the game. What a game this is proving to be. There's conservation. I got silver in Nobel Prize. That's nice. 1 technology boost, and the accumulation of resources in cities with research lab increases by 1. Don't know what research labs are, but when I do, that'll be very, very helpful. Now, to arms, I no longer need this. Bodyguard of Lies, that would let me steal a lot of science, to be honest. But I've got most of the boosts I need anyway, so I don't need spies to steal boosts because it's not going to do anything for me. I'll go Heartbeat of Steam. Gives me a bit more production, bit more science, just a bit more of everything that's useful. I'm going for telecommunications. I'm just actually wondering whether or not, yeah, chemistry. Let's do chemistry first, then telecommunications, then I'll go for satellites. But like, I just want to get research labs as quickly as possible now. I think with this, that is Kree out of the game. Goodbye, kind sirs. North of the country is pretty much taken. Now, I have a little bit of a choice to make. This appears to be Korea, and this appears to be a fairly decently sized city. Hang on, we can probably work out exactly how big this city is. 8 population with a bunch of districts. I don't know if this city is going to be lost to loyalty, especially if Korea is kind of just over there. They've got a bunch of battleships, including battleships armadas off the shore. I think they're pretty tough. They are in a dark age though. What I would like to see is where their city is, and whether or not I think I could steal it. Let's just get the observation balloon to go a little bit closer. I might be able to peer over the top, or thinking about it, if I put a bomber there, I can have a look. Right, loyalty is pretty strong at the moment, but it's starting to fleet, and there's a governor in that city already. So if I increase the population of these cities, I might be able to kick Korea out of the continent without actually having to go to war with them. It's voting time, and basically most of the world is fascist, which is a horrible world to be in, but there we go. I have a choice. Either I just go with the flow and I vote up on fascism and take a turn or two of wildcard policy slot, or I just dream of democracy. Or maybe even digital democracy. Who is ahead of me? Like, okay, right, so Ramesses and India. They are the only 2 civs in tier 4 governments. Synthetic technocracy and digital democracy. I like the idea of digital democracy. We're going to vote on that and hope, but honestly, we're not after the points right now. We're not going to win a victory, so it doesn't matter. I'll vote for myself to have less grievances as well. Thank you. Yeah, we were going to have no influence on that Congress at all. Okay, doesn't matter. As I begin to unify the American continent, we're going to get our inner Teddy out and we're going to start putting national parks down. Each one provides my empire with 6 amenities as well as a bunch of era score. In fact, that was the first one in the world. Unbelievable. I have a feeling the world in this game is incredibly industrialized, and because of that, there's very few places these things can go. I think I can put 4 into my land at the moment, but I will keep looking for other options eventually. Maybe it's the sneaky tourism victory. Maybe that's what we're going for. It's not. We're not doing that. Here is the city that I believe is sort of in California sort of way, with Yosemite just there. I love the fact that I'm suzerain of Mexico City, even though it doesn't exist anymore. What is going on? Oh, that's right. Just leave your line inventory just randomly in the sea. What could go wrong? Oh, my city strikes are so tough. But with Yokohama taken, that is the Japanese interest on the American heartland gone. It's very difficult to get a scale of what we've achieved here, but that is pretty much the North American continent, I should say, taken. Greenland is still in the possession of Scotland. I'm really not that interested in it, to be honest. It's all snow, and they are starting to lose it from loyalty anyway, so that will eventually flip to us. Korea has Alaska, but they've also got a huge navy, so to be honest, I think I might just leave them on that one. My population in the surrounding cities is about to explode as well. Absolutely explode. We should get to about 10 population in both of these cities very soon. So that will flip to us in loyalty. The Aztecs are losing this city to us as well. I don't really want the capital, and into Central America, just not interested. There we go. Considering we had but for 1 city for so long at the beginning of the game, I think that expansion is looking fantastic, and in order to really celebrate it, I'm going to do a little bit of renaming. So here we go. My highly unscientific naming scheme has it's finished. We go all the way from New York and Massachusetts. This is really showing off my lack of where anything in the US is on a map that honestly isn't entirely geographically accurate. The lakes come way further into the left of the map than they should. The whole of the west of the states has kind of been compressed quite a lot. Like if you look, only a third of it is desert, whereas in reality it's closer to about halfway. So it's kind of been smudged together a little bit. We've got Virginia, Ohio, Alabama, Florida, Texas, New Mexico, Colorado. Is that Illinois? I think it might be. Who knows? Michigan. That's Michigan, and that's Minneapolis? No, Minnesota. Honestly, who really cares? Only Americans do, really, am I right? Haha! Montana, Washington, Oregon. I thought this was California because it had Yosemite in it, and that would make that Arizona, but I mean, honestly, who knows? I've kind of not renamed anything that isn't really in America, like Canada? Canada. Canada is up here doing its own thing. I've just renamed it. It's Canada now. Oh, according to Ursa, it is. And we're going to celebrate the unification by seeking out peace with the rest of the world. We've done what we wanted to do now. I will take peace. Oh yeah, Japan are going to give me 156 gold per turn. A sorry state, yes. Thank you, friend. Oh, Scotland. Keeping peace with my neighbours. They love it. Even Sparta will take peace. Look at that. Normally she doesn't. That is peace with the whole of the unified world. And to celebrate, we will exit our civil war government and we will become the American democracy the world so desperately needed. And actually, what we're going to do is set ourselves up for the biggest space rush that we could possibly do. Containment has been very, very useful, but I no longer need it. 5-year plan is good. I think we're actually pretty happy in every city right now, so I don't need 5-year plan. New deal, which is incredible. E-commerce, 5-year plan. It's the one I was thinking of, and we need to get a little bit more science now. In order to do that, I'm going to public transport's quite good. I'll get public works for now. International Space Agency is pretty good as well. I'm going to get New Deal for the housing, actually, because I have hit housing cap on a couple of my cities, as you can see. Not many, but a few. And I'm going to get Economic Union to get a little bit more gold per turn. There's probably better things I could do. I mean, Trade Confederation might be better, but we'll leave that for now. I think that's good. In fact, actually, if I've got Trade Confederation, that means I haven't unlocked capitalism. How can I play America and not be capitalist? Oh, honestly, who knows? But now, as you can see, my new adopted capital is trading with a lot of people. Gran Colombia and the Dutch are my brilliant trading partners here, and the production in the city has leapt to 260 per turn. We've got Manhattan Project well on the way now. Chemistry with research labs is just around the corner as well. And so we are left in a slightly precarious situation. We've got chemistry. We're going to pick up rocketry, then telecommunications, then on to satellites. I need to go to space as quickly as possible. I need the Earth satellite to work out what on Earth is going on in the rest of the world, because our exploration has basically just been a couple of settlers that we got at the beginning of the game that we haven't been able to put down, just cycling around the world on a gap year, an endless gap year that's never ended. But it's turn 303. It's 1864 AD. We've got somebody I haven't met going to space. Saladin is in space. We've got, unfortunately, India on their 4th project. The aim of this game now is to industrialize and to tech up with our new unified empire as quickly as possible. Get the nuclear submarines, go and explore what on earth is going on in India, and stop them from winning the game. What a quest that will be. I'm really, really excited to see if we are going to be able to stop India before they win the game. It's going to be a very close run thing. I mean, look, my newly adopted capital is absolutely blasting through stuff right now. But I'm worried that India's lead is totally unassailable, even with research labs being thrown into the equation. The other problem is this game is taking an absolute age to film. It's just one of those things. It's turned 303. It's a 50-player game. The computer's taking a long time between turns. I need to get on and film other series. Otherwise, you're all not going to see a daily video, and, you know, what's Ursa around without a daily video? So, what I'm going to do is something we did before with the Mongolia playthrough. I'm going to put this series to rest here for now. Not forever, for now. There's going to be a little bit of a channel break. I'm going to maybe do another series, maybe 2 series between, and then we will return to this game for the explosive finale. I say explosive because he probably, let's face it, will be. So I'm really, really hoping you're going to look forward to that. It's going to be quite the undertaking. It's going to be quite the game. Can Lincoln's America stop India from leaving and colonizing another planet before we do? I'm going to absolutely need to play my way through this game as fast and as powerfully as I can. I'm not entirely sure it's possible. That's being absolutely honest. But then again, I didn't think this start was possible. Honestly, giving us 3 cities and then having everything lost down to 1, that was one of the best starts and the best games I've played. Like, not in terms of my ability, just in terms of how much fun I had. It was wonderful. So anyway, leave this one with me. We will return to it. If you want to support huge games and huge projects like this, if you really enjoy it, then maybe consider subscribing to the channel or giving this video a little bit of interaction. It really helps with my eternal fight against the algorithm. But until then, remember everybody, civil wars, don't challenge Lincoln to them. He will always win. See you all next time. Goodbye! And finally, a very special shout out goes to Glorious Petra, Matthew Wilkinson, Paul Coffey, Dayboy91, Seancrates, Portland, Scott Stratton, Major King Kong, Davalek, Skeptical Bear, Kroger Brand Trail Mix, Alex Noob, Cinnamon Beard, Petra Ryan, Matthew Hatch, Rom88, Radiatore, Private Selection, Genoa Salami, Boyzoro, Callum Billy, Garrett Gowan, Polar Bear Ray, El Truand, Creston, RB Hedge, Mushkin Mandeltort, Esri Dax, Deeble Time, Shoelace, Burial, I'm Daft, Gooberman, Clint Hennes, Dr. Bobby, Polar Wallabear. Thank you all for your support. See you next time. Goodbye.